Hi, I'm Harry Rao, founder and CEO of TestGrid. Welcome to 5 Minutes Mentorship.
Hey Praneeth,
Hey Harry,
how are you?
pretty good.
Praneeth, I've known you for a while. Your story is very exceptional. One of the important things that we talk in our close circles is your exit in just 18 months with a good multi-million dollar figure on it, right? Building something that fast and even exiting in SaaS is not easy. Can you throw some light at it, Praneeth?
Sure. I think it's actually not just those 18 months. So the journey started back in 2007 and 8. The first attempt was kind of one pivot. The second attempt, again, a marketplace pivot. The third attempt was more of like how to spin off a healthcare driven pivot. And the last one was actually going through all the learning lessons I've learned over the journey. That particular part of those 18 months were pure execution from lessons learned.
You didn't build this in 18 months. It was being baked for a long time in your head. In any entrepreneurial journey, there are risks, right? What was the biggest risk you took with this company and how did you handle it?
I think starting a company in middle of COVID, like on July 2020, was a fun part. Every person I knew said, are you mad? So I think the timing was perfect.
In chaos lies opportunity.
I think the biggest part of the risk was actually we were doing enterprise business for a fairly, not from a technology point of view, it's not matured from a contract enterprise contingent labor program process. Our application was like a two-page view. The logins barely worked when we first gave it to the customer. And this was a large Fortune 500 company that we were playing with. So that was like super embarrassing, but I think that was a huge amount of risk. That was a risk is like without having too much of team, too much of technology, and we kept on building really, really iteratively fast and going after it.
We entrepreneurs always have challenges during the phase of the business, right? What made you stay motivated during these challenging times in the business?
Like one of the key things I used to do is like make sure you work out every day and meditate at least a few minutes, which will basically set your curve for the whole day completely different. But I think the motivation is like you basically believe in that mission of you could change that 1% or make that 2%, 3% or significant change in a segment of a problem you strongly believe in, that the world should look like this. Why is it working like this? I think that will keep you up at night. And sometimes when you're demotivated, surrounding with the right people like your team kind of is completely different.
Write it down somewhere, go back, make sure, why am I in this again?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's a very good point. So if you have to give one advice to the entrepreneurs out there, what would that be, Praneeth?
You need to come out of your own bubble. Always talk to as many number of people. And if it is a domain you don't understand, definitely have mentors. One of the key problems I had in my first attempt to build, we had a multi-million-dollar contract in front of me, a little bit of cash, but we did not have the right mentors because we didn't know anything about that particular space. And we wasted a lot of time and energy in that. But if we actually had the right mentor in that particular domain and expertise and who have walked the path in execution or even in the domain, it's like super, super important.
Exit strategy and timing, Praneeth, right? How did you know it was the right time to exit? Was selling the company part of your plan?
As founders, whether you're exiting out of that business or not totally depends on a lot of factors. For us, it was not a planned thing that we will do this, but we already knew virtually that there are only two routes. You're going to go into acquisition mode and growing mode. The other part of this is when you see that this company and you both are not motivated to take this particular entity or this operations to that level. That's when you say, you know what, I think you do a market research like everybody does as a founder, and you realize like the lifeline of this, if you only do this one thing and there is opportunity to add on a few new things to scale this into that more of a larger 100x or 1000x company, is very, very difficult, and your motivations in that context are not heavy or as committed as you think. That's when you think like, okay, what is the number from a time value money that you calculate for you, for your investors, for your employees, and get out.
Smart. Very nice. I know you can scale, you can build, but you know how to capture the moment, right? You know when to say yes, you knew when to say no. But that being said, you said you had failures, but you're learning from the failures, which is the best part of our journey. Thank you so much for being here. Good luck with your next journey.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Thanks.